Und damit ein herzliches Willkommen zu unserer weiteren Let's Play Factor. Ich bin Sam Muffix. Beim letzten Mal sind wir weiter in unserem Sommercamp unterwegs gewesen. Jut, die gestorben ist, ist wieder zum Leben gekommen. Mandicado hat mal wieder gesagt, wieso mein Boy ist. Und nun sind wir aktuell hier dabei, ein seltsames Gebäude, was aus dem Nebel erschienen ist, uns mal genau anzuschauen. Oh, it's you. What's up? You want to join me for some forest therapy? Well, okay. Just don't expect it to be fun. You have to just watching me. Don't be a creep. Man, I'm so sleepy. Maybe my death hit me harder than I thought. Would it help if I gave you a shoulder rub? What's up with you? Yeah, okay, if you're willing, why not? Oh. Hey, nein, Leute, wir bräuchten da wieder Lee Assassin. Das wäre was. Der da wieder rummelt dann. So, das war ja beim Bett immer wird. Das war sehr gut. That's it. That's the spot. You know, you're not half bad. Though, of course, you can compare to that mysterious messes from the Immortal. Genau. Forests are great, aren't they? Too bad this one's so cozy. Cozy. You know, cozy scratches negative emotions. The whole thing, I swear. Humans make such a huge impact on the environment, it's absurd. Word of advice, keep your hate and jealousy and garbage like that to a minimum, alright? And whatever you do, don't make someone who looks up to you commit suicide by drinking poison wine, as they don't get how that isn't just plain murder. Don't worry, that's never gonna happen. Good, I hope not. Zumindest lassen wir sie das glauben. But hey, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you should never hate anyone, or that you should be some kind of saint or something. I mean, human history is pretty much made up entirely of that kind of stuff, right? So if that's the way it's always been, then it's okay, at least for now. Oh, Lady Humarain, you have some pretty impressive insights sometimes. Hold it, what do you mean sometimes? I'm always an incredibly insightful senpai. Well, as much as I'd love to stay, I think I'd better be on my way. Yeah, okay, later then. Wenn man überlegt, dass die mal so Todesfeindin war und uns den Tod gewünscht hat, ist die Beziehung gut gewachsen. Pew. I might be taking it a little too easy for a change. Hello, Master. May I ask you what you're doing here? Just staring off into space? I see. Well, it has certainly been a lot of fun staying inside all morning playing video games. Perhaps you should try some activities that take better advantage of our being in the mountains. Like what? VR gaming wieder, oder? You may be staying in a cottage now, but traditionally mountains have been cut off from human communities. As such, are the three essential clothing, food and shelter. The latter two are an especially crucial part of living on one. Well, I suppose this priority may change if one were to somehow find oneself in a mountain stark naked. But since that is not the case for us, I think we should focus on securing food and shelter. First, we can chop down some trees. On second thought, that may be somewhat difficult. Let's start making out a roof of branches instead, mit ihren VR-Schwertern. Since it is not very cold out here now, being summer and all, a simple lean to the shoulder sufficient to our survival shelter needs. Of course, in other environments, kinds of shelter are needed to provide more protection from the elements. There is a world different between, say, the jungle and the desert, after all, both in terms of available resources and safety. Fortunately for us, this mountain is fairly standard as a survival environment to go, so the shelter we need here should be relatively easy to make. If we were in the desert, we should have to find some way to escape the heat of the sun rays. I'm told that digging a hole in the ground and crawling into it is a good way to do that. At any rate, why we would normally ask the campground manager before building a new shelter on the property? Given that it is an emergency and there's no one around to ask anyway, I think we shall be in the clear, so to speak. Yeah, I think I will be fine, probably. Right. Well, what you all up doing here? Sure looks like you're having fun. You know, I got some time to kill in case you all want some help. Be the kid. You're a thief, are you not? I prefer the term outlaw, if you don't mind saying so. Whatever you choose to call yourself, you're still a resulting criminal. But I suppose it is alright. Thank you, my kind. Yeah, I doubt Quinlan would be half as merciful if she were in your shoes. Oh, I'm not so sure. I suspect she may be more willing to compromise than I am. At any rate, let us begin building our new shelter. Yeah. Well, that was a good start. We will still need proper walls to keep out the wind. No matter how warm an environment may seem during the day, I can still become deathly chill in an instant at night. So we will begin by gathering fallen leaves and using them in conjunction with branches to build our shelter frame. Man, this sure takes me back. This is the exact type of shelter me and my fellow outlaws used to make back in the day. We must also be careful to leave enough space in our shelter for proper ventilation. Wellness survival, it is at its heart about one's ingenuity in working with what one has and can find. A good shelter should meet several conditions. For example, it must have good ventilation, dry floors, and it must not pose a danger if it should fall apart. This should be doable if we are able to get a little creative with the roof and frame. Right, yeah. For example, in modern days, you might just happen to have yourself a trap even when you're out on a mountain. And the top will be a perfect roof for keeping out the wind and rain and such. Yes, exactly. This is all good stuff. Thanks for teaching me. Not at all. It was my pleasure. Alright. Now that our shelter's finished, let us rest inside for a bit and enjoy some friendly conversation. Well then, I got a little something for y'all, assuming of course y'all like harmonies and music. If you got any requests, I'm happy to hear 'em. Can't promise I'll be able to play 'em, but I'll do my damnedest. Hi Senpai, did you enjoy your morning out? I see. So you did for Humor Rain and built a shelter with Tommy. That sounds like a wonderful outdoor experience. I wish I could have joined you. Perhaps you can do so tomorrow. For the time being, we have another objective to fulfill. I spent the whole morning fortifying the cottage defenses. With help from Throathilde and the Linde. I knew you would have everything well in hand, my beloved. As for me, I went over to that new building to observe it from a closer, tough, still safe distance. I did not see anything suspicious. Indeed, I saw no sign whatsoever of human presence. But there's no denying the strange and unusual air about it. Well, of course there'd be something strange about an apartment building way up in the mountains like this. So it's an apartment building, huh? I think I can show you a way there, so I go with you. What do you mean? My parental guardian lives in that building. Though, I couldn't go back yesterday, since I couldn't see it. You have a parental guardian? I do now. I met him after I was summoned here as a servant. Even though I don't have any memories of him, of my human self, or any of being Yao Bokino. He said no child should be out there in the mountains alone. And that I should come with him if I had nowhere else to go, since he had plenty of rooms to spare. He sort of just declared himself my guardian, even though I never asked. But it wouldn't be too much trouble to turn him down, so I took him up on his offer and stayed there for a while. I think today you call it a safe house, maybe. All I know for sure is that the room he gave me was a real dump. I see. So I never met this person before. No, as far as I know, I've never seen him in my life. As I keep telling you, I don't remember anything from my old life whatsoever. Speaking purely from a risk assessment factor, I must ask, are you sure you can trust this man? No, on second thought, I should probably first ask if he is a human or servant. I can't say for sure, one way or the other. He's very sickly and delicate, so it doesn't seem like he could do any fighting. So I can't really imagine he's a servant. But neither can I imagine a local living in such a decrepit ruin of a building. Now I think about it, what is he anyway? Still, I'm positive he's not dangerous. Though I don't know if you can trust him. I'm not entirely sure what that makes of an assessment. In my experience, those who are most open to straightforward are the ones you can most reliably trust. For example, an earnest and fortified warrior who shines as brightly as the morning sun. Now my garden is pretty much the opposite of that. I don't think the crest eccentric will trust you though, at least as long as I'm with you. Especially since I cleaned up all the trash in the rooms, made him coffee and cooked him real meals. Sure may never have thanked me, but I just know for sure that he's grateful. I guess we may not be able to say much about this garden figure until we met him for ourselves. Still, this doesn't change the fact that there's now a strange new apartment building we should probably investigate. What would you like to do, Master? Let's head over there now. Understood, then let's get going. I'll lead the way, okay? Canoeing with strangers, son. Canoeing with strangers, son. The fog is starting to get really thick. Yes, it is. We could easily enter up lost if we are not careful. I'm using runes to record our route, so we shouldn't have any problems getting back to the cottage. But we should still keep our guard up, as there's no telling what else may happen. I should have known you would also be beautiful when you are being very beloved. Cut it out, beloved! Huh. It's a good thing I have guts. I would have been dead right there. Mesh, is it okay for her to hurt him like that? Oh yes. Sigurd knows just how Brynhild shows her love, and he's okay with that. Oh, I see. So that's love, huh? It is a rather unusual and extreme way of demonstrating affection, but yes. Now understand, you can't love without pain. I learned something today. Hey, I think I see something. Is that a place? Damn, they must have cut every corner they could in building this place. It does seem a little bit behind on its upkeep. I say it looks like it's being outright abandoned. Is that really where your garden lives? I know it's hard to believe, I don't understand it either. He said that while the service might be non-existent, at least there were plenty of rooms to go around. And he likes staying in different rooms each day, depending on what kind of mood he's in. So even I don't know where he is right now, we might have to check every room until we find him. That's alright, we came here hoping to find clue about how to resolve our predicament, so we'll need to investigate all the building rooms anyway, no matter how troublesome that may prove. I guess you're right. We may as well start on the first floor and check every knock off the crane from all there. I hate that kind of tedious work. Well, complaining about it will not make it any less tedious. Come, we have work to do. Not even the corridors get much sunlight, do they? What a gloomy building, huh? Okay, this room first. Hope you are ready for whatever may be inside. Why is he happy about this? Was it that obvious? Well, you see, this building happens to look exactly like one from a horror game I played a while ago. I was just remembering the tension and excitement I felt before opening a new door in the game. Nothing compares to the tension of knowing you must press on, even as you are dangerously low on resources. So excited as the prospect of tedious here, going through every damn room in this building? Yes, I am. The hunt for items you need is one of the best parts of those sorts of games. Worrying about things such as having enough healing items, stocking up on ammo, and finding items needed to proceed to the next event. All part of the unique mixture of unease and anticipation that make the genre so exciting. Yeah, of course. Ghost! Wer hätte damit gerechnet? That is exactly one precise because there could be a genius danger waiting for you. I guess we're not out of the ghost busting woods yet. Let's take care of them. Es war doch irgendwie klar, dass da die Geister kommen, liebe Leute. So, machen das jetzt so. Da müssen wir jetzt ein bisschen umdenken. Leute, wir nehmen jetzt einfach mal hier unsere kleine Chiara, weil die hat eigentlich Power. Definitiv hat die Power. So, zack, zack. Und, ach, geben wir ja Start C. Das ist schon in Ordnung. Die tun wir raus. Die tun wir auch raus, die Dame. Und die Dame tun wir rein. Also, passt. Und dann würde ich mal sagen, schauen wir mal, ob die Kleinen hier eine Chance haben, Mann. Die kleinen Geister gegen unsere süße kleine Chiara. Die wir zum ersten Mal hier auch schön zeigen können, liebe Leute. Sehr gut. 120 Senkwas. 10 Tickets. Eigentlich wollte ich nur Honey Lake. Und jetzt habe ich 3 Kopien Honey Lake. Und ich bin eigentlich geneigt, noch weiter zu rollen. Aber ja, ich denke, das heben wir uns fürs nächste Jahr auf. Wenn, sollte Yang nicht kommen, interessiert mich die 10 nicht so. So, Skills Hill. Ich dachte ehrlich gesagt, wir werden Skills Hill. Aber okay, auch in Ordnung. Können wir trotzdem hier Supporter nehmen. So, wir sehen hier nämlich unsere kleine Meerjungfrau auch. Denn ich würde mal sagen, beste Ascension ist definitiv diese Form. More Power! Nicht, dass es nötig wäre, aber hey, liebe Leute. Don't mess with Chiara. Wichtigste Lektion, liebe Leute. Sie ist nämlich gruselig. Und Bot 1, liebe Leute. Da geht doch was. So. Gibt auch noch ein bisschen Feuerholz. So far there have been nothing but ghosts inside every room we've checked. Are you certain your garden is here, Lily? Yes, I'm certain. He says the ghosts have never harmed him, and that they will at least let him work peace unlike the living. Apparently he originally came out to stay in the hotel, but decided on his apartment building instead. So there's a hotel nearby as well, He's very sensitive, deaf to whatever people do around him, so he probably avoided the hotel on purpose. Well, there certainly don't seem to be other people inside the village, so I suppose I can see a sense in that. Still, with this many enemies, it's going to take some time to search every room. Master says as we split up to cover the ground. Ja, was haben wir noch beim letzten Mal gelernt? Es ist immer super, sich in Horror-Games aufzuteilen. Das ist immer die beste Idee, die man haben kann. If one of us should come across a clue or this guardian figure, that person can let everyone know. Fortunately, this place is so quiet that we need only raise our voices a bit to communicate. Isn't it dangerous for us to go on our own way? Good point. We should probably stick to no more than 2 groups. We certainly shouldn't risk reducing our forces on Master sides too much. In that case, I think I may be best if I and one more from other group, since I am the one who suggested this. Then I go with you, Sigurd. Of course, beloved. That's exactly what I had in mind. I trust you are right with that, Master. No objections here. First, let's agree on a time and a place to meet in case something unexpected should happen. Alright, that should do it. Then from here on, we'll be going our separate ways. Good luck. Excuse me. I couldn't speak up earlier since your lovebirds never gave me a chance. But I don't think going off on your own is a very good idea now. Die wollen einfach nur hier zusammen eine Romanze haben. Ich kenne sie doch. I guess it was late to them. You need not to worry. Lotziget is a world-famous dragon slayer, and Lady Bird is a great Valkyrie. Between the two of them, I doubt there were any monsters or spirits who would stand a chance. Was there something else that worries you? Did we forget to save for something? No, if it saves automatically, so we should be fine. Anyway, if they end up running into trouble, well, maybe that'll be interesting too. Beloved? Yes? If you're wondering about the ghosts, I believe we already defeated them all. There's something wrong, beloved. Not at all. I was just thinking how nice it is to be alone together in a quiet place like this. It really is, isn't it? It's almost like looking up at the stars in the sky, in a world where there's no one else but you and I. I need no starry sky, beloved. I could gaze into your amethyst eyes all day and night. It's more what I had in mind. I see. I suppose you do have a point there. You probably already know this, Master. But such seamy scenes are quite common in B-horror films. Just before the beloved birds are brutally murdered. I don't know if we have to worry about that. It's in the middle of the day after all. I'm not sure if the day-night rule applied to that sort of situation. The audience anger may be strong enough to result in the couple being murdered anyway. I didn't bring it up earlier because I thought it was common sense and didn't bear mentioning. Oh, now you mention it. I guess that really is a common time for the killer to show up in a movie like that. Then, aren't they in danger? No fear, no fear. Und das war das letzte Mal, dass wir die beiden gesehen haben. Der von hinten kam jetzt, weiß ich nicht, Phantom 2 oder irgend so ein unwichtiger B-Typ und hat sie dann von hinten erstochen. Happy End. Nein, liebe Leute. Ich würde sagen, an dieser Stelle machen wir jetzt erstmal einen kleinen Cut. Beim nächsten Mal geht es weiter. Wir erkunden dann weiter das Horror-Appartamento. Bis zum nächsten Mal dann und vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen.